Hello, my name is Jordan Giannetti, and I just wanted to start off by saying thank you so much for considering me for the open position. I think it'd be an honor to teach at Jared's outstanding institution of knowledge. I've been wanting to be a teacher for a long time, and getting to do so there would be an amazing opportunity. Um, as for what I think the most important thing we can do as teachers to create a sense of love for science in students is we need to make the students feel more involved in what we're doing. Um, we need to create a sense of excitement about what we're doing in the classroom. And to do that, I think we need to create lesson plans that allow for a lot of hands-on activities for students, things that let the students kind of lead the lesson. Um, I think that when we do that, it makes the students feel like they're not just sitting there and getting lectured at. It makes them feel like they're actually a part of the learning process, and doing that makes the lesson more personal and more in touch with the students. Also, I think it's important for students to kind of lead the lesson because students learn better from each other than they do from having just me lecture them. Um, and I think that allowing them some creative control in what we're doing will really make them passionate and excited about science, and hopefully getting it started in our classroom will lead to that passion and love for science to stay for the rest of their academic careers. Um, as for an instance that I failed in life, but I really learned from, when I was in my second year of college, I transferred to the University of Wyoming, and it was really the first time I'd been on my own and not had kind of that home structure and had that family environment to where it helps me stay on track and stay focused. And so when I got there, I didn't have good habits. I wouldn't study. I would think that I could do what I was doing in high school and be able to get away with it, but I quickly found out that that's not a successful strategy for learning and for life. And so after I struggled there, I really learned how to balance things out, how to plan ahead for getting things done that need to get done. I learned what habits I need to keep to make me a successful student. It also taught me perseverance, because I could have just given up after I wasn't successful there, but I came back. I switched to Casper College, and since then I've done much better in school. I've done a good job of staying focused, um, working in my free time to make sure that I can afford things that I need to afford school, to afford books, afford a place to live. So failing at the University of Wyoming taught me that even if I go through something bad and am not successful on my first try, that I can get through it, and I can really work to improve myself and do better the second time that I do something. And it's possible to come back from failing at something. You don't have to give up. You can come back and be more successful from that failure. And then as a teacher, coming into the school, I would hope to bring ideas and lesson plans and activities that, as I said, let the students be the teachers, because I want and I hope to bring lessons that create a sense of trust among the students, because I want the students to be able to interact with each other honestly and respectfully. That way we can have class discussions about different topics we're covering in class, and have the students not reject other people's ideas, but be open to them, consider them, and look at another student's opinion from that student's point of view instead of just looking at it from their own personal point of view. And one way I think that we can do that is by integrating different subjects into the science lesson plans. For example, one subject that I think that would be good to use for science and integrate with science would be art. Science and art is a good combination because art really allows students to be expressive. It gives them some more creative control in what they're doing, and having students work on art together helps them to know, see what a different student is seeing when they work on something. It shows students different perspectives because art helps students express things. It teaches students different ways to express how they're feeling or what they're thinking on different subjects or topics. And with that, I think that having the students do some artwork with their science projects would also create a more personal feeling with the work. It would make them feel more attached to the work and the things that they're doing, and not have them look at the science things as work, but as something that they're excited to do, that they're passionate about. And hopefully by doing that and integrating different lessons plans will make them excited about science, make them passionate about it, and hopefully love it, and have that love last for their academic career and beyond. Thank you again for allowing me to interview for this job. I would very, very much like to work there. Thank you again.